It is Breeders' Cup weekend and the city of Lexington is booming. I'm Amber Philpott. Coming up, more on the best of the best taking stage here at Keeneland.
Some Lexington business owners say changes to Short Street haven't been changes for the better.
Coming up, I'll tell you why more than 450 people in Mount Sterling will be unemployed within the next year.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. It is a huge weekend at Keeneland. The 2015 Breeders' Cup officially underway. Tens of thousands of people are at Keeneland right now for today's racing. Amber Philpott is there as well, and she joins us live at the racetrack with a great view there. Hi, Amber.
Good evening to you, Sam. It is a pretty incredible view, to say the least. Racing has been underway here most of the afternoon. We are just moments away from the running of the 2015 Breeders' Cup Distaff with a field of 14. My money is on the number 4 horse, Stop Charging Maria, so we'll see how that goes. Here you are going to find the true racing enthusiast, but you're also going to find so many people that are here just wanting to be a part of something so special that's happening here in Lexington this weekend. It is certainly not the Derby, but in many ways it is more exciting. Fans here are seeing the best of the best when it comes to horse racing. Some 40,000 plus are expected to be on hand for the Breeders' Cup and all that it has to offer. Keeneland has certainly put its best foot forward and fans are taking it all in. There's such a buzz here, and the excitement, as many have said, is just simply electric. You can really feel it when you walk onto the grounds of Keeneland here in Lexington. You know, it's not just the fans. I mean, they're excited, of course, about the Breeders' Cup, but this is certainly a busy week. It has business booming for a lot of stores and restaurants all around the downtown Lexington area, but some downtown businesses actually say that the festivities have been hurting them. WKYT's Victor Puente shows us how the Breeders' Cup and changes to downtown are impacting some businesses.
This street has seen a lot of growth over the last few years. This week it's playing host to multiple food trucks. But some of the people who own businesses here say not all of these changes have been helpful to them. Significant changes to Short Street began years ago when the city was preparing for the World Equestrian Games.
Change we've seen in the Cheapside area and Short Street is phenomenal. We've gone from about 3 restaurants to close to a dozen just on those 3 blocks.
The most obvious signs of growth are the changes in parking between Cheapside and Limestone, which the city aimed to make more pedestrian friendly.
So we kept the same number of parking spaces, the same flow of traffic. We just reorganized it so that we also made new spaces for pedestrians to walk, to sit, read a book, eat their lunch.
But that also made it impossible to park in front of Midtown Barber or Tony's Shoe Repair. Add in food trucks lining the street, and they say some customers are delaying coming downtown.
They'll wait till next week. But if enough people do that, then that makes for a really slow week for us.
Next door, Tony wasn't as diplomatic.
I think they're stupid with what they done. It's city council for you.
So both businesses have voiced their displeasure with window displays. They say they're also bothered by food trucks taking business from local restaurants.
And compete with them and take whatever money they can get, and then they're gone to the next town or whatever.
Nobody likes it. Our customers complain, even those lawyers, their customers complain, they don't want to come to their office.
City leaders say they've heard the issues and are working to learn from this week and the past few months.
We just got to figure out, tweak our designs and figure out how we're going to make it all work for everybody.
According to the city government's website, that right lane of Short Street is scheduled to reopen on Sunday once the Breeders' Cup is finished. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. And Breeders' Cup executives say they anticipate that the races will bring $65 million in economic activity to the Lexington area. Well, with thousands of people out at Keeneland today, there has been plenty of extra traffic out there on the roads. We've been telling you about that all week. So let's get a look now of some traffic for you and check it out. Of course, on Friday afternoons, we don't have to tell you, it is busy in Lexington to begin with. So there you see, moving pretty good. You see around the downtown corridor area there. Obviously starting to slow down. Now let's take a look on the Versailles Road area out here by Keeneland if we want to zoom into that area. And as you see, we've been watching it since about 4:30 and it's still moderate to heavy traffic there, starting to slow as you get near Keeneland on Versailles Road. And again, we just heard the call to post for the distaff. Racing's going to be finishing up here shortly, so you can expect that traffic is really going to pick up then as all of these people start to leave out of Keeneland here for the Breeders' Cup on this Friday. It is just not vehicle traffic officials are dealing with for the Breeders' Cup. Officer Don took this video from Sky First this afternoon, and take a look at all of these private planes parked at Bluegrass Airport. Officials tell us they have closed part of the runway there just so the planes could find a place to park, and that is pretty impressive when you take a look at that from Sky First. It is just plane after plane after plane sitting there, and a lot of folks coming into town for this Breeders' Cup weekend. We'll be back out here tomorrow morning. Our Breeders' Cup coverage will continue on the CW Lexington starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning. We will also be airing 2 championship races for you as well. It looks like fans out at the Breeders' Cup tomorrow will stay dry for the most part, but people going out trick-or-treating and then on maybe to the UK home football game against Tennessee. Now that's where it gets a little dicey, so we want to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He is over trackside to tell us what we can expect for tonight's weather and into tomorrow. Chris?
Yeah, getting the sunshine still out here this afternoon, Amber. Slowly but surely the clouds giving way to some late-day sunshine. And as you mentioned, you were kind of teasing that forecast for tomorrow. Mainly a dry day until we get into the evening hours. Then some of those showers into western Kentucky will finally invade parts of central and eastern Kentucky. But a little look outside right now with our satellite loop showing how Kentucky's basically been divided into 2 halves. The farther north, we've been dealing with more in the way of some clouds from I-64 and especially south. Sunshine has dominated the afternoon. Here in Lexington, it's been a fight this afternoon with the sun and the clouds doing battle. We broaden out the view, show you our big weather maker that is increasing across the Plain States. Look at all that moisture, flooding rains into parts of Texas, rain as far north as the Dakotas, heading into Missouri and Iowa. Notice the clouds from that already increasing across western Kentucky. So as soon as this little bank of clouds tries to get on out of town, it's going to be replaced quickly with another band of clouds coming in later tonight and into tomorrow. That hour-by-hour forecast for the overnight into tomorrow morning, you do notice the clouds increasing with a lot of upper 30s and low 40s. And throughout your Saturday, we're going to see clouds that will thicken up, and the deeper we get into the afternoon and especially into the evening, the potential is there for some showers to make their way, especially into parts of central Kentucky. It's one of those days, the farther east that you live, the drier the conditions for deeper into the evening. But again, a very close call coming up tomorrow evening here across the Lexington Metro. We'll come back with that full 7-day forecast that has a lot of better weather in it after we get through some weekend rains. That's in 10 minutes.
All right, very jealous of Chris Bailey there. He's got a little bit of sunshine on his end, so I'm very jealous of that. Well, the 9 horses racing in tomorrow's Breeders' Cup Classic will be looking to win a piece of history, the Breeders' Cup Trophy. The founder of the Breeders' Cup, John Gaines, wanted the trophy to mirror what it means to be a championship horse. And Gaines' search for the perfect trophy led him to the University of Edinburgh, Scotland. There he found a piece of art called the Tory horse, created in Florence in the 1500s. And after negotiations, Gaines was allowed to replicate that Tory horse as the official Breeders' Cup trophy.
It became sort of a prototype of the perfect horse. It meets the specifications and the dream that John Gaines had.
In just a moment.
The official and original trophy costs $75,000. It weighs 2 tons. Right now it is sitting in the Keeneland paddock area. The winning jockey, trainer, owner, and breeder will get a smaller version of the trophy after Saturday's races. When Chris Bailey and I first got here this afternoon, you couldn't even get close to that horse statue down there. So many people wanting to get their photo with that picture, and of course it's just historic here. So of course Chris Bailey and I got our picture with it as well. All right, we've got a lot more to bring you from here at Keeneland. Again, the distaff is getting ready to go off. They're putting the horses in the chute right now. I've got a race to watch to see if I win any money on Stop Charging Maria. That is the story here at Keeneland at the Breeders' Cup on this Friday afternoon. Sam, back to you.
Good luck on that bet. Thank you, Amber. In Greenup County, state police are investigating a deadly shooting. Troopers tell us that 61-year-old Elmer Kazee called 911 on Thursday night saying he had shot his 41-year-old son Gregory Kazee at their home on Short Branch Road. We're told that Gregory Kazee had multiple gunshot wounds and died at the house. Elmer Kazee was arrested and charged with murder. Troopers have not yet said what led up to that shooting. Hundreds of people in central Kentucky will be out of a job by the end of next year. 2 Montgomery County factories will be closing. Lexington Metal Systems in Mount Sterling will be closing by the end of this year, while Pentair says it will close by the end of next year. Mike Linden tells us what employees at the 2 factories plan to do.
More than 400 people in Mount Sterling will be looking for new jobs within a year.
It's sad. It's heartbreaking.
Just days after Pentair Incorporated announced the closing of its Mount Sterling plant by the end of 2016, Lexington Metal Systems officials also announced their Mount Sterling plant will close by the end of this year. While she didn't want to appear on camera, Pentair employee Alicia says she had a feeling an announcement was coming.
You could see the slowing down of business.
According to Pentair officials, about 350 people work at the Mount Sterling plant, most of which commute into Montgomery County to work.
Most of us are probably going to have to go, closer to Winchester, Lexington to even find close to what we make here.
Despite the loss of more than 400 jobs here in Mount Sterling at both Pentair and here at Lexington Metal Systems, Montgomery County officials say they're looking at the glass half full. And they say while the situation does look bad, there's still a positive to take out of all of the loss.
We do have some opportunities within the community and the surrounding area. CTI in Bath County has a lot of positions available. Nestle is always hiring. Cooper Standard, Precision Resource, others in the community are hiring.
Romanesco says once the 2 plants close their doors, she anticipates they won't be empty for long.
We're a very marketable community because we're on I-64, 25 minutes from Lexington. We have a great workforce, and now we have a larger pool to pull from.
In Montgomery County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Pentair officials say they're closing the plant because of a downturn in manufacturing and the economy. Lexington Metal Systems officials would not comment on why that factory is closing. After the break, we'll head back to Keeneland. Fans from all over in Lexington for the Breeders' Cup, including some celebrities. Coming up on WKYT News, we'll catch up with country star Toby Keith, who's in town for the races.